All right. Hey guys, it's me, Kinghuman. Yeah, this is my ugly face here. And in this video, I'm going to kind of try and knock your socks off by giving you a bunch of different ways you can make money. And when I'm talking money, I'm going to show you an example of a guy who's making $60,000 a month with a Shopify store, Shopify situation. And I'm going to give you step by step overview of how you can do what he's doing, but I'm also going to take it to the next level and really show you what's doing and how to make money with very little money out of your pocket. This is something that the other guys aren't going to show you, aren't going to teach you. They don't even know it exists. So watch this entire video. This might be a killer way for you to make some dough. But before we even get started, here's a favor I'm going to ask of you. Come over here, click the red subscribe button, and ding this stupid little bell. I mean, it's not going to break your finger. Your finger's not going to catch on fire, and it helps me, and it helps you too, because it helps you get notified when I make follow-up videos and I make other stupid videos and giveaway videos, and you're going to want to know that, I think. So anyway, without further nonsense from me, let's get into this and be sure to watch because it's really going to get juicy towards the end. So here we go. Okay, here's what's doing. Last week I did a video on Shopify and I got a lot of people contacting me about that. And I'll tell you what I've found out is cosmetics make bank. I mean, if you can set up a Shopify situation and set it up in the right way, you can make bank with a Shopify cosmetic situation. But I'm showing you this guy's website, okay? This is a guy on Shopify. He's got a Shopify store, and he sells cosmetics. Look at all of this stuff is sold out. All of his lipsticks are sold out. So I have a feeling he's selling a lot of these. But in fact, more than a feeling, I know what his numbers are. So let me show you what's doing, or tell you what's doing with his Shopify store. Okay, I used an analytic tool on this guy's store, and I found out that he is making between $240,000 and $326,000 in revenue a month. Now, those are sales, though. That's not profit. So I estimate this guy is making about $60,000 a month in profit selling this lipstick and other things. He's got other products too, right? He's got all kinds of different stuff, but mostly it's cosmetics. So he's making bank. Now let's do a little bit of guesstimate on exactly how much this guy is putting in his pocket. So if he's making $240,000 a month, let's cut that in half and say, we'll give 50% to cost of goods. So in other words, if he's selling an item for $20, it's costing him $10. That's called keystone. So half of what he's making goes to the cost of the actual product. It isn't. I can tell you that right now because I've done some research. I'll get into that in a minute. But let's assume, sorry about that, let's assume that he's paying 50% cost of goods. So his $240,000 on the low side now becomes $120,000. Now let's cut that in half again and say that he's paying another 50% in operations, fees, cost of running the website, advertising, miscellaneous expenses, what have you. So if we cut it in half again, we're down to $60,000 a month that goes into his pocket. And I don't know about you, but I know a lot of my students and my followers would be happy with $60,000 a month in profit. I think they could live on it. Some of them could. But anyway, let's get into this. Now, this guy is selling these lipsticks under his own brand, and he's selling them for $18 a piece. But I want to show you something. I did a quick Google search for white label cosmetics or private label cosmetics, either way. And I came up with this website, cosmeticindex.com, where there are a bunch of suppliers that will supply you with cosmetics, and you can slap your own brand on them. So I found some of these places, and the price range, it's like this guy. See, he doesn't do small runs. So you can get started for like $990, which is a lot of money to most people. And I'll show you what's doing here. So what he's doing here, your minimum order is like 4 colors, 300 pieces each. So that's 1,200 total pieces. Your cost is $2.75. So remember how much that other guy was selling retail for? $18 a piece. And these are costing $2.75. But that's why I'm talking about cosmetics, because I think there's huge profit margin in it. There is huge potential for making big bucks. So you can come through here and you can do, I'm not here to do your research for you. I'm here to try and put you on the path. You're going to have to walk the path yourself, right? There's a lot of stuff going on here. Now, some things I want you to be aware of. Just slapping your name on a line of cosmetics is not going to make it sell, unless you are a huge Instagram influencer or something like that. Then you can do it. Then you can do it and you can get away with it and you can make bank. But if you're going to do this, you have to understand a big part of your cost of goods. Let's say you come in here and you find some lipsticks that you can brand for like $1.20, which I found earlier. I can't find it anymore. But let's say you find that, right? A big part of your cost is going to be advertising and creating a brand recognition situation. And that's not cheap. So, when I say 50%, I'm just clicking around because I haven't seen a lot of this stuff. 24 karat gold makeup. Okay. Anti-aging collection. What's going on? Oh, okay. Check this out. This guy's getting $750 for this stuff. This $1,995. I mean, I don't think this guy is private labeling. I don't know what this is and why it's in here. But holy cow. You get the idea of the kind of profit margins that are being made with this stuff. And I've seen documentaries on TV where they've gone in and they've bought stuff, really expensive stuff. I'm not saying this guy's stuff. I'm saying they've gone in and they've bought really expensive anti-aging creams, and they've compared them with like the budget brand that you get at like a Long's drugstore or something. And the Long's drugstore stuff actually rated higher. So I don't know, take that with a grain of salt. It's anecdotal, but anyway, here's the deal. You can private label just about anything. You can private label your own line of towels, of skincare stuff, of anything, and we'll get into that in a minute. But I just want you to be aware that this can be an interesting dynamic, because when you see guys like I showed you on that other website, that guy that's making $60,000 a month profit with his private label of cosmetics, it looks good. It looks really fun to do. And it looks like something that most people think they could do. But you're going to have to build up your brand. That means advertising. And that means, doing a lot of things to establish your name in the industry. Let me show you how I did this when I was, a million years ago. But it made me huge money. I used to make websites of different products and I private labeled them. I did not do cosmetics. The thing that I did was high-end audio video cables. I did this. I attended the Consumer Electronics Show. This was many, many years ago. And I found a guy there that had these really high-end custom cables. So things like this Audio Quest HDMI hybrid cable, $689.95 for 16 feet, right? And I found a guy who was doing stuff like that. Here's another one, $439. And he would private label them. He would put like, these are branded, these are Audio Quest brand, right? Here's another one, Mono Price. I've never heard of them, but basically you get the idea. And they came in these really cool custom boxes with velvet lined boxes. And, you know, it was like a jewelry box almost that these things came in. And I could brand the outside of the box, and I could also brand the cable. See right there, I could brand it. So anyway, what I did was I got the guy's price, and they were really low. I mean, for a cable that sells for $689, I would pay something like maybe $5 with my brand on it. But again, this was many, many years ago. So what I did was, and the thing was, when I went to the guy about private labeling, he said, yeah, you can private label, but here's the thing, you got to make a minimum run. And your minimum run is going to have to be 100 pieces or whatever it is. Now, at the time, I was a young kid, and I didn't have a bunch of money to blow like that, and I didn't want to speculate. So here's what I did. I asked the guy, can I use the graphics on your website to make my mock-ups? I want to make my website and do a test run of my website and make mock-ups. So can I use your graphics? And he said, sure, go ahead. So what I did was I went to his website and I used his pictures, and then I just photoshopped my brand name on everything, on the boxes, on the cables. I created a brand name, a logo, and I just photoshopped it onto the stuff. And I made a website of that. Now, this was before Shopify existed. It was before any of these drop shipping solutions and e-commerce solutions even existed, right? So I made my website, and then what I did was I sold the website as a turnkey business. I didn't sell it as a website. I sold it as a wholesale manufacturing, or a high-end cable manufacturing company, right? So what I did was I said, okay, this website we're a new manufacturing company. We don't have any sales yet. I was very honest about everything. We don't have any sales yet, but everything is in place. The website is in place. Your branding is in place. Everything is ready for you to go. And I will give our manufacturing facility contacts to the buyer of this website. And that website sold for huge money. And you can do that again and again and again with different products. But what I'm getting at here is, instead of being the guy that goes and pays huge money for, somebody that doesn't want to spend $3,300 to speculate on whether their brand of item, their white label or private label brand of item, is going to make them a profit, that's kind of a big gamble for a lot of people. What you do is you can make a Shopify store and you can make mock-ups of a product. So you go out and you research a bunch of white label products. Now let me show you. Here is a white label trade show, kind of. This is the ASD Trade Show. ASD means, I think, Associated Surplus Dealers, right? I used to go to this trade show every year when it was in Vegas, and I would find amazing things that made me money. But that was back in the days of eBay. Again, they didn't have Shopify. They didn't have these e-commerce solutions. So I was selling on eBay. But they now have this private label section in this trade show, and I'll give you a link to this in a minute. But you can go here and you can find all kinds of different products you can white label. And again, what I suggest you do is find cool products, make mock-ups of those products, graphics, mock-up graphics, make a website and sell that website. Don't be the guy. In other words, when they strike gold in the hills, don't be the sucker to go panning for gold. Be the guy at the bottom of the hill selling the picks and shovels. Because let's face it, there are a million people out there that have no idea that this exists. They have no idea that they can make a Shopify store. You know, there are a million people out there that want to sell stuff online because they know people are making money at it, but they have no idea how to do it. So you can make a Shopify store and you can populate it with mock-ups of a branded product that doesn't really exist, but you can sell that website to, you know, you can flip it on Flippa and make big money. And then when they buy the website, you give them the manufacturer. But anyway, up here is the link to this ASD Trade Show. You may not be able to attend, but if you can't attend, come here and get a list of exhibitors. And let's see if they have a list of exhibitors. I don't know where it is. Let's see, attend, show planner, about, vendor directory. Okay, here we go, vendor directory. So I would get a list of the exhibitors, and when I found something that I liked, like let's say in the list of exhibitors, I found a private label lipstick guy, right, or cosmetics. And I would contact him and I would say, okay, send me your information. Or usually what they do is they just have a link to their website and you can contact them directly on their website, which is much easier. But you can find all kinds of different products. When I went to the electronics show, I had no idea I was going to end up involved in high-end audio cables or HDMI cables. I had no idea, but you never know. You got to be open to these things and you got to flow like water. Let one thing take you to the next. And you'll be amazed at what you come up with if you have a creative mind and if you have some cool tools in your toolbox. So that is one thing you can do, is private labeling products without going out of pocket. And the other thing you can do, which I'm going to suggest to you, is you can take everything I've just given you and expand on it and make a course out of it. You can teach people how to do what I just taught you, and you can sell this course for a lot of money. I know a guy who made a course and he put it out there and he made $500,000. And all you need to do is take this blueprint I've given you, do a little bit of research and expand on it and make a course on it, make a tutorial course and put it out there and sell it. That's another path you can go down. But anyway, here's another thing I want you to be aware of. Here is a free downloadable resource on how to cash in on private label. So go to the link above. Here's what that link looks like. Again, it's really obnoxious and long. ASD-online.com/blog/small-business-marketing/private-label-guide. Not very complicated at all, is it? I'll try and remember to put a clickable link to this page below this video. Hopefully I remember. I don't know. I'm old and feeble. I might not. And then you'll be able to get this free download. Let's see what happens. Yeah, they want you to opt in. I'm not going to do that. But it's going to show you a lot of interesting things, I guess. And this is not somebody selling a course. This is an actual trade show. So what they're doing is they're collecting your name and information so that they can pass it on to all of the private label guys who are come to this trade show. And you might get a lot of emails from those guys, but that's what you want anyway, right? So anyway, but it's not going to be somebody saying, hey, come and buy my course for $1,000 or $2,000. Anyway, okay, I've drawn on for, I've babbled for 20 minutes. So those of you that watch this entire video, I gotta say, maximum respect to you. And consider doing a solid for me, which is sharing this video and also hitting the red button, subscribe, and ding the little bell. And I'll try and keep you guys on the path to a bunch of different ways to make money online that other people won't tell you about. All right, guys, maximum respect. Donate a few bucks to help a sick kid at St. Jude's Research Hospital for Kids. Bye.